Namaskar. Logic of implantation is when healthy intact hair follicle or group of hair follicles implanted in a well vascularized healthy recipient area, they will grow keeping the genetic inheritance of donor area. So implantation is one of the critical steps affecting the outcome of hair transplantation in terms of hair growth and aesthetics. Successful graft implantation needs constant hydration, magnification, good light, adequate hemostasis, minimum microtrauma during graft handling, minimum out-of-body time, and precise match of graft and slit dimension. Implantation can be done in various ways depending on the surgeon's choice. We must choose the technique which is safe to the vital stem cells of the hair follicle. So graft implantation techniques can be divided into three major categories. Based on the timing of site or slit creation, they can be either pre-made or slits can be created simultaneously as in stick and place technique. Then location from where the graft is grasped, from the lower end or root end of the follicle or from the upper end of the follicle near the epidermis, that is no touch to root technique. Then based on the instrument which we can use either implanters, forceps, needles and forceps or dilators. Then based on the timing of the site, pre-made sites are created over the entire recipient area by the surgeon, and this is followed by the placement of the graft into the sites. Advantage is assistant can do it, so less surgeon's time, but there can be discrepancy between the slit and the graft dimension. If sites are created simultaneously, the surgeon him or herself creates sites while implanting the graft, and this can be done either by using sharp implanters or by using needles. Advantage is no discrepancy of graft size and slit dimension. Now location from where the graft is grasped, from the lower end or the root end, and for this fade below the bulb or the perifollicular tissue near the lower end of the graft is used, and often in attempt to do so we may injure the vital segment, especially in FUE grafts. If grafts are grasped from the upper end, this is known as no touch to root technique. So the hair follicle is not touched on entire length from bulb to dermis even, and so no injury to the vital stem cells present in the bulge, outer root sheath or bulb of the hair follicle. Each technique has its advantages and disadvantages. Though stick and place technique with needle and forceps have been used for decades, but FUE grafts are more prone to crush injury as compared to the FUT grafts due to less amount of perifollicular tissue. So the logic of implantation methods is whatever may be the method of implantation, all implanted graft must grow and give natural result of hair transplant. So the technique which we adopt must cause minimum microtrauma to the stem cells of the hair follicle. Ischemic injury, desiccation injury must be taken care of. Graft must be implanted with appropriate angle, direction and density, and speed of implantation must be good to reduce out of body time. Error of implantation like popping, bleeding, piggybacking, buried graft, J-shaped graft, they must be avoided, otherwise may result into unnatural appearance. And the recommended technique of implantation is either no touch to root technique with the use of needle and forceps or use of implanters. And successful implantation needs proper magnification. So we must use loupes, and the ideal loupe for better placement must have magnification more than 3x. The assistant must also use good quality of loupes and good quality of LED lights helping proper implantation. Now adequate environment is very important for comfort of both patient and for the team. You can see in this picture 3 persons, 2 surgeon and 1 technician, they are working on the patient's head, but all are sitting comfortably. Simultaneous implantation is going on, patient is also sitting comfortably. The height of the operating table must be adequate for each change of position, and the chair for the placer must have height adjustment. Now position of the patient and placer changes depending on the region of implantation. In the frontal region, the patient is in the supine position. For the placement in the crown area, the patient can be in the supine, lateral or in the prone position depending upon the inclination of the incisions. And we use thigh massage chair for the implantation on the crown. The position of the assistant must be close to the placer to allow fast and efficient delivery. The size of the incision varies from case to case in pre-made sites. It depends on the diameter of the punch used to harvest the graft and also on the size of the graft. Pre-made size must be stained with the methylene blue to facilitate their visualization at the time of implantation. Anesthesia and vasoconstriction must be adequate. Cleaning the field. Proper visualization of the incision decreases the chances of missing sites and increases the speed of placing the follicular unit. Whenever necessary, saline solution is sprayed to remove clotted blood and methylene blue. The order of implantation must be from posterior to anterior and left to right, considering the surgeon is right-handed, because in general, push-out pressure contributing to popping out is exerted towards the anterior side of the working area as compared to the posterior portion. Also, bleeding, though minimum, would not obscure the surgical field as blood would trickle downward. The implanter, needle and dilator, they should be inserted into the sites with the same direction and angle as the previous incision. We have as a reference the angle of pre-existing native hair when present. Sliding without resistance indicate the correct angle, while the introduction with difficulty indicates need for the adjustment. Inserting at the wrong angle can cause nearby graft to pop and increase bleeding. Then placement review. At the end of the placement in each square or at the end of entire placement, several things are to be checked. Incision without follicular units placed too deeply or coming out of the sides or with wrongly directed hair. Repositioning of the grafts can be done with the needle of the implanter or with angled forceps with a thin tip. Now the variables among patients that affect graft placement are width and length of the follicular unit, degree of follicle splay or curve, thickness and rigidity of the epidermis, and the elasticity, firmness and vascularity of the dermis. Because of these variables, the recipient sites must be customized for each patient, and in order to avoid problems, it is crucial to perform test sites first to set the correct size and depth. Now the technical errors. No matter what implantation technique surgeon or technician uses, there is possibility of the errors while implanting the graft into the slit. So the first is popping. Popping is the ejection of the previously implanted graft during implantation of the another graft. When a larger size of graft is implanted in a relatively smaller slit or a shallow slit, more force is applied, which is transmitted to the nearby graft. Active oozing of the blood from the sides and rough handling of the graft by an inexperienced technician are another factors causing popping. Now, deep insertion of the graft means that the graft is implanted below the epidermal surface. This can happen because of the various technical errors. That is, implantation in a site that is deeper than the length of the graft, too much pressure is applied to the graft during implantation, or too much pressure when placing a gauze over implanted graft to control oozing of blood. And inserting the graft too deeply may cause inclusion cyst, ingrown hair, folliculitis and poor growth. Then piggybacking. When one graft is implanted over a previously implanted graft in the same slit, it is called piggybacking. Risk of this happening is increased because of previous graft being inserted too deeply, bleeding in the area, or low visibility because of poor light and magnification. When a graft is forcibly inserted into a slit that is too shallow, the graft may bend over itself and it becomes J-shaped. This may lead to kinky hair growth. Single hair grafts are more prone to this. So if the sites are too big or too deep, folliculitis, pitting of the skin and poor growth can result. If the sites are too small or too shallow, cobblestone bumps and poor growth can result. This is the folliculitis and this is the cobblestone appearance. And to avoid such complications, important steps are: before making slits, we must take few test grafts from the central occipital area and from the post-auricular area. Measure their length, observe their quality, and this will decide the depth and dimension of the slit. During implantation, we must check sites by taking out few implanted graft. Look at the removed test grafts. If bent at the bottom, sites are too shallow, and if bulbs are damaged, sites are too small. So the conclusion is, no matter how safely a surgeon has harvested the stored graft, the final step of implantation, if not done efficiently and correctly, it can compromise the outcome of the hair transplant. So it is important for the surgeon to delegate this vital task only to the trained and skilled assistant. Thank you.